I mean, I like dirt writing. I gave up writing on the street because I felt that people were out trying to get me, and I couldn't see why. But um, when I decided to make a bike, I was in no love affair with bikes. I simply felt that that was the most suitable image to deal with a more mature gun vehicle sort of symbolism. And as I explored a couple of hot rod books and talked to a friend who's a machinist who has done bikes, I realized that trends and feelings had altered somewhat from what my stereotypes were like. And some of the things were actually getting quite beautiful because there was interest that was going far beyond its practical application. But it was not getting absurd, it was just simply getting streamlined, it was getting effective in terms of real design. It was becoming elegant. And to a certain extent, I've just tried to capture some of that in a new material, which interested me. I don't have any feeling at all about materials in terms of, a real sensitivity. I simply work it for the fact that it is the right color or it's the right grain. Usually it's just simply the right color. And then whatever wood you choose, you simply must remember the characteristics of that wood because each wood works so damn differently. This piece has rosewood for the tires, maple for chrome parts, mahogany for the frame, Philippine mahogany and poplar for the tank and fender, amaranth for the turbo. It just goes on and on. What I did though was keep the basic feeling of the bite to light woods and then details in exotic woods and the tires in a dark wood. Well, the motorcycle was a sketch which I really thought I could do in about 4 months, and I thought I could do it with quite exacting detail. And as each month rolled closer to the end, I put off the deadline another month or 2 weeks, and now it's taken about 7 months, and I've had apprentices over the summer who have done a lot of the tedious tasks. So the total time with their help and me working the schedule I have, which has been really ridiculous, is just about a year and 2 or 3 months.
Somebody trying to blow a hole in the Alaska pipeline last night, 17 miles south of Fairbanks. Pipeline official says it didn't even dent the pipe. Screwed the insulation off. FBI is taking it out. 14-member task force has reported on the Federal Energy Administration and says it's been doing a remarkably shabby job.
quit bleeding on my wood.
It's not real neat, you know?
A real important comment.
Well, at the beginning of the summer, I started with an apprentice, and I had talked to classes and done some workshops and lined up a couple other people who wanted to help on different projects. During the course of this, what I did was make a plan of the day, sort of, and I usually had a couple of options, one which would be fairly creative within technical terms, or one that would be just a matter of doing something that had to be done, and that I gave the option to the person working for me, how they wanted to go that day. But it's been very hard for me to give up one speck of anything that I thought had possible variations. I can hand out tasks that are important to learn for anyone who wants to craft things well, and I can show them my procedures, but I can't show them the way I think, and I can't make them do things in a second nature manner the way I would want them done. That's been a real tough thing. Believe me, it's been tough.
I saw Butt Stump was there with a big woman and Dennis the dog. They like that. And the big one.
Well, I'm not quite sure yet how I'm feeling about using the mill and the lathe, because I'm somewhat new. I've only been using them for a couple of years, and having not been trained, I'm not quite sure how they should be used. But I've done it, especially with wood. It's such a soft material as compared to metal that you can take really huge cuts, and you can be very free about it without, at least in the rough stages, without really hurting anything. And it's kind of amusing to see what you can get away with and what will work out. So it's kind of like this elaborate and sophisticated carving device. And every day you go out and jig something new, it becomes a new experience, which is, what creating something is really all about. See if it fits.
And a lot of other stuff to keep the kids happy, and great pizza to keep parents happy.
So your message for parents is?
There are no bad children, only poor children.
Okay, friends. Here it comes. Are you ready?
Ah, friends, I'm Howard Kirshner. That's right, these little beauties you're resting your retina zone right now got 522 cubic inches of energy. And they're using every bit of it right now to say to you, come on down, take me home, and feed me, feed me. Now what this energy thing comes down to in a nutshell, friend, is you gonna let some panty-waste environmentalist, some chucklehead bureaucrat take away your God-given right to drive one of these gas-guzzling mothers on Sunday? Are you gonna let some Arab hold a gun to your back and keep you from buying one of these gas-swilling sweethearts? Sure, it drinks gas. You bet it drinks gas, partner, and that's why the good Lord put gasoline on this God's green earth, so you could drive through to Kellerman City in your 8-cylinder custom van conversion without stopping. Thank you.
Boy, what a great deal.
If you're not used to it,
I've never
don't
used it.
don't use it for the last final tightening.
I want to loosen it. That shouldn't be too dangerous.
You want to take that one off?
Yeah.
Hang on to it.
I am.
Be tough. then so you just turn that. It says left, right. Of course, you know, you got to realize what left and
I
right.
have problems with those. Even worse with north and south.
The gun series started based on three things that happened to me, very important things in my life that were all negative. The first and really the most traumatic was as a young kid, I had a borrowed BB gun and was shooting at things and trying to hit things. And I hit a bird one time and killed it. And I had never even thought about killing something. I'd thought about hitting what I was aiming at. And that really upset me tremendously. And later, I was closing my dad's grocery store, which was a small corner grocery store in the country. And we just normally bagged up the money and walked across the street and kept it in our house. It was not put in a safe or anything because it was a neighborhood sort of operation. And a huge guy, about 6'9", 270 pounds, came in just as I was doing the bagging up and put a gun to my head and scared the hell out of me and told me to go lay on the floor, and I knew I was going to get it in the back or something. That was the second experience, which was pretty dreadful. And then the third was just being confronted with the Vietnam War. I just felt it was a stupid, senseless thing. I just didn't want to have anyone tell me I was going to shoot someone. There's an important thing that I've found in the work that I've been pursuing, and that is, if you can believe in the idea initially, and if you can want to really see it through, the things that you will learn, which you have no idea about in the beginning. I mean, you can't sit down and think, oh, I'm going to learn about hydraulic engineering, or I'm going to learn about mathematical applications of vector angles. But in the process of doing some of these crazy notions that are amusing to you for whatever reason, you take on areas that are really profound. That is excitingly creative, because you're dealing with what education is, but you're not dealing with it in the format that it's normally presented. When you find you have a problem, and when you find you can't solve it, then you go and ask someone. But even to ask, you have to be able to intelligently phrase a question. Or you have to bring them in some diagrams and wave your arms in such a manner that they kind of understand, oh yes, I see, you've got a problem. I want to go get a loan. I want that goddamn spindle sander today. We need to get this thing going. Oh. The stage that was most exciting to me, which I put off till probably the 3/4 mark, was the exhaust system, which, first of all, it was the one area that I didn't understand how I wanted to treat it. I drew it as an extremely simplified version going out one side and then both sides, but basically symmetrical. Then later, as I looked through a couple more books on motorcycling and what was going on in the sport of racing with bikes, I saw turbochargers, which as an object seemed to be a beautiful image, and I saw the relationship of throwing that to one side and then bringing all of these 8 pipes into 4 pipes, into 2 pipes, into 1 pipe, into this turbocharger, and then somehow out, and then somehow back to the engine. That's kind of nice. All going out, then come back. And that flow, plus the use of different woods, plus, you know, just the excitement of doing something totally unique in that particular piece, which was not at that point planned, was very Very fun.
A country mile.
This only makes about 2 or 3 more hours extra hard work. Oh, now. God damn, where's the automatic tool that does this? Okay, Mike, let's do this. Whoops. Goddamn drill. Okay, up. Yeah, here. Okay. God damn it. Just tore the shit out of it. God damn it. Damn son of a bitch. Well, it doesn't matter much what I do, I've got to redo it. Gotta go. Up. Okay. Now not to drill a hole. Speed this one. No, it's too close to the edge. You do a lot of that, right?
We do that
you
a
know?
lot, yeah.
You think, oh my God, what a nice detail. Yeah, I fucked up there. But you see, that really will almost cover it, so I may do something real cheap and dirty.
Just smooth it off again.
Run. Because I told you about the electric guitar gun, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh man, after seeing, I haven't been to rock concerts very much. I'm a Grateful Dead fan, and I've been to a few. Just these people and these guitars, I can just see this thing, this revolver guitar, electric gun. You know how they get into some really heavy bass things and synthesized things? Well, I want it so that on certain things you can hit a lever as you're going down or up or this or that, and the revolver will spin, and the hammer will cock, and it will actually make a synthesized noise. And plus, it will be a good instrument. I'm not gonna, at first it was just gonna be made to look like an instrument, and whatever, but it's gonna be a good instrument. I want to get some help from someone who knows good electric guitar stuff, whatever.
Call up Martin.
Who?
Call up Martin.
Martin. Oh, Martin? Mike. Me, Mike, who?
Well,
Well, let's do a little grinding, golly. God, here in the sweat box, it's grinding time, folks.